Hey guys, Lilith here, and today I'm doing my D4 Season 6 AFK Rogue build. So without further ado, let's get into the build. So the first build I have is the original build I posted on the D4 Rogue subreddit. And that build was using stun grenades, so that was the vehicle by which I was doing damage. Specifically, I was using LithTun. So Lith is the following rune, stand still while fighting 0.3 seconds, and Tun is the invocation rune, which evokes the stun grenades. So effectively, I was dropping stun grenades every, I think, 1.2 seconds. And yeah, I was just juicing the stun grenades, because as rogues we have lots of aspect that juice those stun grenades. A few keen-eyed people on the D4 Rogue subreddit noticed what I was doing there, and PM'd me saying, how are you keeping LithTun rolling? Because with the Lilith rune, if you don't attack things after a while, that the client sort of detects that you're not in fighting, you're not in combat, and stops that from ticking over. So you can go and test this, go and put on LithTun. After a while, you'll just stop dropping grenades. So we need a mechanism to keep that LithTun rolling over. So I tried a few things, and the one that I sort of settled upon was the Escape Artist Helm. So what that does is every 10 seconds, you on taking damage, you drop a smoke grenade and you dodge some attacks, depending on the role of your aspect. And that occurs every 10 seconds. So, but that lasts for 5, and that seems to re-trigger Lith. The smoke grenade damage from that seems to trick the client into thinking, yes, this person's in combat, we better start triggering Lith again. To keep that rolling even better, we pair that with the Pit Fighter's Gull Ring, which when you cast smoke grenade, which you do from the Escape Artist's aspect, you drop a shadow cloud, and this shadow cloud grants stealth every second. And now we also pair that with the Opportunist aspect, which when you enter or break stealth, you drop stun grenades, which we know we've juiced up. So every 10 seconds we drop a smoke grenade, which then triggers this shadow cloud. For me, I had a max ranked roll Pit Fighter's Gull, which was 6 seconds of this shadow cloud, whereby every second we'd enter stealth. And on entering stealth and breaking stealth, we drop more stun grenades. And these also re-trigger Lith, which drops stun grenades. So we just, this cascade of stun grenade goes off, and it just keeps us in combat, keeps us that rolling over. And that's how I was doing damage, basically. That's all there was to it. And then I was using things that juice up the stun grenades. So, Artful Initiative, stun grenades deal more damage. Aspect of Surprise, stun grenades deal more damage. Trickster's Aspect, stun grenades deal more damage. Saboteur's Signet. This was useful because it basically maxed out the stun grenade size, which is capped at 100%, and it was grenade damage. So yeah, that's essentially all there was to it. The pull-in that you were seeing is from the NocKry rune, which invokes the Spiritborn's Vortex, and we had Knock as the trigger for that, which was inflicting a crowd control that isn't a slow or chill. We were inflicting freeze all the time, and we'd be inflicting stun and such like from Fist of Fate. So yeah, that was just triggering all the time, as you saw in the videos, and basically that was the build. There wasn't much more to it in terms of surviving. You aim to cap your resistances, aim to cap your armor. You can use elixirs and incenses to that end, and combine that with jewelry. You either use skulls or diamonds, depending on the rolls on your pants and boots. Whether you got armor, whether you got GA, all resists, whatever. It's very difficult to be prescriptive there, but it all depends on the rolls on your off pieces, your helm, your pants, your boots, and what tempers you go for. I was using, in this setup, I think I was using Aftermath, but you can also use Dodge because I was using Crowded Sage as well, and that gave a lot of healing, but that's how we survived while AFK. You can also run Tyraels in this setup for the full AFK. That basically makes you completely immortal, solves your resistances, so you just run skulls in the armor, but Shroud is a lot of damage. So yeah, that was the original AFK Stun Grenade build. To make it into a fully viable build, how you could, I cleared Pit 80 with it, and I cleared all Uber content, Uber Lilith, all Tormented bosses. I think I did most Tormented bosses in the first stagger. I had this build, and basically I swapped two things. I swapped the helm to Air of Perdition, and I swapped the pants. Instead of using Crowded Sage, because we had enough healing from the smoke grenades, to Aspect of Explosive Verve. And the way we were dealing damage in that setup was with smoke grenades, which with the aspect where you have your smoke grenades inherent the stun grenade benefit, so they hit really hard, and you have countering smoke grenade. Countering smoke grenade, whenever you hit elite or boss, it reduces the cooldown by 5 seconds. At max cooldown reduction for Smoke Grenade, it's a 2.6 second cooldown, so it's always off cooldown when you're hitting an elite. I think it's Saboteur's Signet. No, it's Pitfighter's Gull that has the Smoke Grenade cooldown reduction. I think at GA that rolls at basically cap. So, you know, a 12 out of 12 GA Pitfighter's Gull, you're at capped Smoke Grenade cooldown reduction. Combine that with the Countering Smoke Grenade upgrade, and there you go. Your whenever you hit an elite, your Smoke Grenade's back off cooldown, and you can just spam that. And that's how I was doing damage. That was it, really. That was that build. So yeah, now I will jump into the new build that I've come up with, which is the Dock variant.
Okay, so onto the Dock variant of the AFK build. So after reading the D4 subreddit, I was made aware of an interesting interaction between the Yen's Blessing Boots and Dance of Knives, where if the Yen's Blessing unique effect picks Dance of Knives as its skill, you get an infinite channel of Dance of Knives. So basically follow the regular Dance of Knives build. I would recommend Mippy's. You know, he's the guru of Dance of Knives this season. He's got a great build. Follow that. The only changes I've made are obviously Yen's Blessing Boots, and the existing aspect he had on the boots I moved to legs, and that is the frostbitten aspect. Everything else is the same. There's one other change that I would make, and that is the Yaximax keyword. Rune word, sorry. You cannot snapshot that with the triggered cast from Yen's Blessing. So I put another rune word there, probably the Barbarian War Shout. Similarly, this is from my old Stun Grenade build. How I was triggering vulnerable there, which is lucky hit, vulnerable on the amulet. I would keep that because you cannot consistently use concealment in this. But other than that, yeah, I'll show you how this works. The way that I like to do it, I like to trigger my imbue. So we guaranteed that it's going to have this imbue for the entire cast. That's basically until we mess it up. When the imbue is nearly off cooldown, I start to burn through the Dance of Knives cooldown. So in a second, the only thing off cooldown is Dance of Knives. Gone on cooldown, then I use my auto attacks. And there we go. Now I have lots of knives spinning out. These knives will continue to spin out until I basically teleport back to town or cast Dance of Knives again. But I have no reason to cast Dance of Knives again, so yeah, I have infinite Dance of Knives, and I've done all content with this AFK. I've done Uber Lilith AFK, at least until the platform is great. I've done Burial AFK. You can even cast other spells while this is going on. You know, you can go back and conceal, you can throw Helltrop, you can do anything. The only things that break it are going into town or casting Dance of Knives. It's so fun. You know, I've had more fun with this than my regular Dance of Knives. My damage here is low because I'm still using a lot of the gear from the old Stun Grenade setup. I don't have the no towers on board. If I went back to Mifflin's full board, which was the original build that I played, I would have a lot more damage here. And yeah, it's just probably the strongest AFK build in the game. It's really easy to trigger, it's really consistent, and yeah, if you just like to chill and just move and everything die, and even in World Tier 4, this is the build to play. You know, during Hell Tides, it's so fun. You just run around, makes looting the chests great, because when the mobs spawn on you, they just all die and get frozen. It's great, it's brilliant. I thoroughly recommend trying it if you haven't. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great weekend. Or week even, as this is a Sunday I'll be releasing this.
So yeah, thanks again guys for watching. Really hope the guides help if you want to make an AFK build. If you've got any questions, hit me up on the Sanctuary Discord. I'm just Liggles on there, or you know, leave a comment on the video. So yeah, hope you have a great week or weekend, as I said.